know, I can't tell these YouTubers very much stuff that, you know, guarantee it. Yeah. But I can guarantee them that this is the best sorghum I've ever planted. It will be. Well, welcome back to Southern Iowa, my YouTube people. You got your ears on? Today, you guys are going on another adventure with us here today. Bandit's laying on the floor. He's getting ready to take a nap, I can just tell. I'm here in the 6430 and I got the Vermeer behind me. And Andrew's behind me in the 4440 and the Moco. We're actually going to hop up the road here. We've got in the neighborhood of about 14 acres or so, give or take, of hay that we've got to get laid down onto the ground. After we get that hay on the ground, we're going to unhook from this Vermeer that's behind me, hook up to a drill, and I'm going to plant sorghum for the first time. I'm in this little 4-acre field, and if you guys watched the last videos, you saw that Andrew and I usually mow together. Well, until I get a new entrance put in this field right here, Andrew can't get in here. I'm the only one that can get in here. So I'm going to work on the smaller field. He's going to the bigger field, and as soon as I get done with the smaller field, I'll go meet him in the bigger field. Mow her down. As I continue to work on this little piece here, actually getting kind of close to getting done. It's kind of rough. I'm not going to go into too much depth on this video about mowing hay. If you guys are interested in seeing that, I actually did a whole vlog on it, and you guys can check that out. I will do another video about mowing into depth when we get to mowing some bigger fields. It's just really hard to do that stuff. I'm going to bring you guys along with me on these smaller patches where I'm basically turning around constantly. This makes me done with this 4 acres. Headed up to the field that Andrew's in. See where he's at. Yeah, are you on pass number 6?
I just started going back and forth.
So you're going to cut it the way that you're cutting it, just back and forth there?
Yeah, I figured that was best.
Yeah, because it's like baler, man, can't bale going up and down them hills. The bales be all over the place.
Yeah, so I was the other way, but that's why I thought this was done, but the bales don't roll away.
Probably is. Alright, I'll cut in up here. Yeah, this is a little bit of a hill farm here. This is definitely a side hill. So this is actually the first time we're cutting these fields. Really don't know what the best way to cut it is, so we're just gonna lay into it. He's the one that took the end rows off, so I figured maybe he had a little insight. And it sounds like he's kind of gonna cut it the way that I would cut it, so we'll cut it. And I guess why I can explain a little more why I'm not gonna go into too much depth is because actually this video is about me planting sorghum, but I just gotta get this hay mowed down before we can do that. Then we're gonna go unhook the mower, hook a drill on, and see what it's like to actually plant sorghum. Well, it smells like a fresh cut hay field. Andrew's over there finishing up like a little triangle piece. I'm not going over there to mess with it. We'd just be in each other's way. This was actually a pretty nice mix of like grass and alfalfa. If we look here, it's like nice mixture of grass and alfalfa. Like that. That's the kind of hay I like to put up. Mixture of grass, alfalfa. So now that we have the hay laid down, we've got that out of the way for the day, and we're going to be switching gears to go plant the sorghum. To plant the sorghum, I'm going to be using the 6430 to pull a tie drill. It's a no-till tie drill that I'm going to be borrowing from my neighbors. So I'm actually going to head over to his shop or his barn where he's got this tie drill, unhook from this mower, because I'm not gonna take it all the way home, and then hook his tie drill up to the 6430 and maybe do a couple of additions to it so I can go plant sorghum for the first time. Well, it's Circle Bus! Oh, it looks like some people secretly stashed me some stuff. Looks like Andrew stashed me the cylinder stops. And over here on this side of the road, it looks like the beautiful lunch lady stashed me some lunch. Can I grab it all? One-handed issues. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, did it. Anyways, here's what I'm after, a tie double drill. It's a no-till drill. The pin isn't here for it, and the pin that I use with the mower is shorter, so I'm gonna wait for Andrew to show up with my dually, which should have a pin in it, and we can drop a pin in there. What I'm actually going to end up doing here, and I see that there's a double disc opener missing, so I gotta work on it before I can even use it here, is that I'm actually going to install some row clutches and turn this 7.5-inch drill or row spacing drill into a 15-inch row spacing drill. Okay, so to be honest with you guys, I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing when it comes to planting milo. Or, sorry, sorghum. I don't have anything when I'm doing. I don't have any clue what I'm doing when I'm planting sorghum or milo, or not a small grain farmer. So, I've kind of guessed at a population. I've kind of guessed at a seeding rate by the pounds. However, from what I've read on the internet, which everything you read there is true, is that you probably don't want to drill it in. So what I'm doing is taking some tile tape here, and I'm gonna plug each or put a row clutch on every other hole, giving me 15-inch spacing. We'll see if that helps. Who knows? I have no clue. If you're wondering why I'm doing this for the deer. It is not for actual grain production. This is strictly for a food plot for deer. So let's install the row clutches. We'll go up the road, we'll put some grain in here, we'll see what happens. Hopefully the target planting depth is somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.5 inches. You ready to go plant some sorghum grain, dog? Blue dog, yellow dog, laying in the cool breeze, dog. Just go drop that first gate and I'll be over there. Okay, so here's where we're at. We are on a piece of dirt. It's really weak. It doesn't want to grow any crops on it essentially at all. I grew corn on this, I don't know, probably 4 years or 5 years ago. And in between like the 6 acres here that I'm going to be planting today to this sorghum grass, I think I harvested 5 bushels off all those 6 acres. And not 5 bushels per acre, 5 bushels in total, in between the ground being weak and the deer eat it. So I've kind of just started to feed the deer here to keep them away from the other crops. And I can put in a food plot for the deer a lot cheaper than I can putting in corn or soybeans for the deer. I could reseed this down to hay, but I mean, this ground's so weak it barely even will support the hay. So it's kind of just a food plot. Always going to be a food plot for me place. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. It's not really in moisture though, like sandy stuff. That's in there an inch or better, so I don't think I'd mess with the depth. Do you?
Nope.
I think I'd leave that. For weed control, this was sprayed once already. That's why it's burned down nicely. And then this morning, they got another shot of weed killer put onto it to try and get rid of that flush of weeds, because we're not going to be able to spray it after we plant this. Yeah, it's way too heavy. So what we essentially just did was exactly the same thing that we did with the big box. With the little box, the little seed box, it was gonna meter it out of there. I mean, it's just dumping too much seed out of the big box. So Andrew's riding on there to look at it. We put tape over it, or installed row clutches onto the small seed box. We're gonna see if this works. Hopefully this works, because if it does, our problems are solved. How's it looking?
I still think it's putting one on, probably.
You can hop off for a little bit. I'll catch you up after I do this a little bit to check it out.
Okay.
Rate check here again. Oh yeah, we're cruising along here. All right, rate looks good, depth looks good. We're gonna call it good and keep going. We're gonna get it planted.
No markers on this big rig, but you can see right where he drove, so it's not too hard to tell where he planted already. Another one of these BTO pieces of equipment. That stands for big time operator, in case you didn't know. At least I think it does.
Well, there we go. We got it planted. Population wise, came out just about perfect. Just about perfect. Got a little bit left in here, not very much. You know, Angel was just probably right around here on the back stoop here, and Bandit struggling to get back into the tractor. You need assistance? You need assistance? Well, that's a pull-up. Good job, bud. You decided the air conditioning was more important than being out smelling stuff. Everybody needs a wheeler. Well, guys, that's going to do it for here today. I'm going to grill Molly and I a little bit of dinner before she has to work the night shift tonight. Having some freezer meat, some deer loin, and then some steaks. But we got the sorghum planted in the ground. Pretty much an uneventful day, which means that it was smooth. Who knows if the sorghum will grow? Do you think the sorghum will grow?
What's sorghum?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're thinking. But anyways, thank you guys again for hanging out with us down here in southern Iowa. And like always, we'll see you in the next video. Say bye, Molly.
Bye, Molly.
What?
Is that one is the one on the top shelf? What's this?
That is, you might like the littler one. I think that's a ribeye. I don't know if this will be good.
What is this?
That's, you bite it and I'll tell you.
Bite it and I'll tell you. Is it roadkill?
No.